Among all tourist attractions, national monuments are among the destinations that receive the most visitors. The problem with such well-known locations is that most people only care to see the attractions where the majority of visitors congregate. These monuments, though frequently disregarded, may have the wackiest stuff hidden away. To know more about the mysteries hidden behind some of these monuments, subscribe to our channel Discovery Unraveled, and also hit the bell icon to receive notifications whenever new videos are posted. Number 1. There are secret wine cellars that are no longer in use beneath the Brooklyn Bridge. Because the vaults here were always cool, merchants would pay to store their expensive bottles there, so they were built to help cover the structure's costs. 7 years before the bridge could be seen by the general public in 1876, the vaults were built. They were first developed as a compromise. The liquor industry was flourishing on both sides in Manhattan and Brooklyn, and the engineer viewed this as a chance to contribute to the bridge's massive $15 billion budget. Because of the way the bridge was built, local companies could rent wine vaults on each bank to keep their bottles of wine. The engineer's plan worked out well, and for the next 40 years, many booze vendors would frequent the cellars beneath the bridge. Due to prohibition in the 1910s, the vaults were transformed into newspaper shops until 1933. After this, the sale of alcohol resumed, although only for a brief period of time until World War II, when New York assumed permanent control of the basement. Number 2. The busiest train station in Australia, Flinders Street Station, has an abandoned ballroom on the top level. Although it dates to the bygone era of railroad romance, the ballroom has been off limits to the general public since 1985. The ballroom is only known to a few groups of people, and it is rarely used. Only those holding hidden golden tickets were given exclusive admission to Open House Melbourne's yearly festival. It was initially utilized as a lecture hall for the Victorian Railway Institute before quickly becoming a Melbourne landmark. By this time, it had a variety of amenities like table tennis courts, private gyms with boxing rings, lending libraries, and billiard rooms. The hall began to be filled with public dances in the 1950s and 60s. The entire station, including the ballroom, was scheduled for renovation by the Victorian government in 2017. Number 3. There is a miniature 12-foot-tall duplicate of the Washington Monument within a covert manhole on the monument's property. Actually, surveyors utilize it as a geodetic control point to help synchronize all of the government's maps. The tiny replica, formerly known as Benchmark A, is a component of the National Geodetic Survey's nationwide network of 1 million control points. The reason they picked sturdy objects like the tiny monument was because these control points, which serve as the beginning points of any map or measurement, need to be exceedingly exact. The most recent application of Benchmark A occurred following the 2011 Washington earthquake. It has climbed 6.2 centimeters over the past century at an average pace of 0.5 millimeters each year. It was put in place as part of the transcontinental leveling work in the 1880s. The majority of the monument's foundation was still visible above the earth at this time, since the ground level was considerably lower. It briefly looked to be emerging from the ground before being covered in a brick chimney and buried. Number 4. The Eiffel Tower's original architect built a hidden apartment on the third or highest level of the structure. He made use of the space for research, introspection, and entertaining notable visitors like Thomas Edison. Although not particularly large or opulent, the private apartment atop the Eiffel Tower is unquestionably cozy. In contrast to the remainder of the tower, which is constructed of steely industrial girders, it is designed with simpler furnishings for scientists. Built at a height of around 1,000 feet, the apartment is currently available for public inspection, and the majority of its furnishings remain the same. There are also a few mannequins of Edison and Eiffel. Before more and more secrets are revealed, for more content like this, make sure to subscribe to our channel, Discovery Unraveled. And also, don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified whenever new videos are posted. Number 5. A 3-story, 43,800 square foot basement beneath the Lincoln Memorial was abandoned until 1974. The location has its own flora, a diverse environment, and graffiti left by the first employees. Anyone looking down from the shrine room can see the subterranean floor, which is built in a style reminiscent of a World War II bunker. Beginning in 1914, the Lincoln Memorial's construction required 40 feet of digging on the part of the workmen. They built hundreds of subsurface concrete columns to support the surface structure. Before restorations began in 1975, this underground cathedral of concrete pillars had fallen into disuse. The plan to renovate the region in time for the centenary in 2022 was revealed by National Park Services in June 2017. Number 6. Since the 1960s, there has been an undetected tennis court at Grand Central Terminal called Vanderbilt Tennis Court. The top levels of the terminal have one full-sized court, one junior court, and a fitness center. Every day, including the locals, over 750,000 passengers travel through Grand Central Terminal. But only a select few are aware that there are secret tennis courts that are still open to the public. Number 7. A hidden observation deck located on the 103rd floor of the Empire State Building in New York is unknown to many people. A succession of elevators must be used, followed by an extremely steep, narrow stairway to get to the balcony. Despite being shot by various celebrities, the deck isn't accessible to the general public. The 102nd story of the Empire State Building, which is the official top floor and is open to the public, is located on top of the 103rd floor. The view from the hidden deck is very horrifying. The building's ordinary levels are equipped with safety features to prevent falls from occurring. However, the hidden floor just has a ledge covered with a thin railing. People have said that when they look down, their hands and feet tingle and they start to sweat. Even though the deck is undoubtedly one of the most unique places in New York City, when the wind blows, it almost feels like it will carry you away. The first step in getting there is taking a succession of elevators via the interior of the buildings, which includes electrical boxes and pipelines. Opening it to the general public would be disastrous because celebrities are the ones who frequent it most frequently. That's all for today. If you liked this video, please give us a thumbs up. Make sure to subscribe to our channel and hit the bell icon to receive notifications. Also, express your valuable thoughts in the comments section below. Until then, bye. Also, spend some time watching other videos on the channel.